It's finally here. Can you please stop writing under every Devblog asking if it's going to be here? It's here.
And won't you start the music, get into it, won't you dance with me? Find the bass and lose it, you can do it, won't you dance with me? Move your feet and feel in the space between. You gotta give yourself a moment.
What we have here today is a tank with a 1500 horsepower engine capable of driving around at 70 kilometers per hour. See that flat turret front there? That is rated at 690 millimeters of armor against kinetic and 1290 millimeters versus HE. See that hull? 600 millimeters kinetic and 710 millimeters versus heat. Like, this tank is more armored than the Challenger 1 by far. It has an arguably better gun and it's fast. Like, this is the ultimate MBT in my opinion, coming next patch. Like, this is the beast. So let's get into the Devblog, shall we? So this is titled Leopard 2A4, setting the standard. In short, the most up-to-date Leopard in the game, new top-tiered vehicle in the German lineup. It maintains high-level firepower and maneuverability, but now offers additional protection, especially in the front. Entering service with the German Bundeswehr in the late 1980s, the Leopard 2A4 was the final modification of the early serial production Leopard 2. War Thunder tankers and fans of German ground vehicles can look forward to the addition of one of the most iconic German steel beasts of all time, coming to the game in Update 1.79. And we've got a long history tab, and I always read these, so let's get into it. Based on the testing results gathered from various different Leopard 2K prototypes, a new Leopard 2 prototype was constructed that would be representative of the final version of the vehicle. Designated Leopard 2AV, the new prototype featured a redesigned hull and turret over the Leopard 2K. Furthermore, the prototype was tested with two different cannons, the British L7 Royal Ordnance 105mm rifle and the German Rheinmetall 120mm smoothbore cannon. In 1976, the Leopard 2AV was sent overseas to the United States to be comparatively tested against the new American state-of-the-art XM1 Abrams. During testing, the Leopard 2AV proved itself a good counterpart to the Abrams, outperforming its competitor in terms of fire accuracy whilst demonstrating somewhat inferior protection and gun handling. Upon arrival back to its homeland with positive testing results, the decision was made to begin mass production of the Leopard 2 in early 1977. Production version of Leopard 2, however, differed from the AV prototype in receiving an increased level of protection before mass production began. Mass production of the Leopard 2 started in 1979 with the Leopard 2A0 forming the first batch that would enter service of the German Bundeswehr in late 1980. Throughout the production period of the Leopard 2 versions, modernisation and upgrades were being applied on the assembly line in order to keep the newest Leopards up to latest standards. These modernisation efforts mostly involved the upgrading of the internal modules such as the aiming and communication system. As a result, all early Leopard 2s A0 to A4 were visually nigh identical to each other. The Leopard 2A4 was the final early Leopard 2 variant before the more advanced and heavily upgraded subsequent Leopard 2 versions made their appearance as part of a totally new wave of modernisation efforts. A total of 695 Leopard 2A4s were built out of the total of 2,125 early Leopard 2s that were manufactured between 1979 and 1991. The Leopard 2 and its variants served primarily with the German Bundeswehr, but a number of vehicles were exported and sold to nations worldwide, ranging from Canada and Chile over to Denmark and Austria to Greece and Turkey, to name a few. In War Thunder, the new Leopard 2A4 will continue to expand the roster of vehicles available to tankers at rank 6 of the German Ground Forces tree. Compared to the already familiar Leopard 2K, the 2A4 vastly expands on the options available to its commander by offering noticeable improvements, and most notably in the protection department. Unlike the 2K, the 2A4 offers significantly better protection compared to its predecessor. Yeah, like 690 on the front. As the 2A4 moves away from relying on thin yet sloped armour to using a composite solution for far greater effectiveness, its ability to more reliably deal with oncoming enemy fire than the 2K, capable of taking hits and remaining combat operational, allows the 2A4 to take a much more central role in the battlefield, being able to get into the thick of the fighting with favourable odds and coming out of it victorious. Well, 2K drivers already do that, so this thing is just going to be insane. However, better armour protection usually comes at the expense of weight. This is most certainly the case with the 2A4, as its combat weight of 55 tons presents quite the weight increase over the 2K's 50 tons. As both machines use a 1500 horsepower engine, future Leopard 2A4 commanders will have to take into account the slightly reduced power-to-weight ratio, as well as a decrease in top speed by about 2 kilometers as a result of its increased weight. Yeah, it's still fucking fast. The primary armament choice also remains the same on the 2A4, using the Rheinmetall 120mm L44 smoothbore cannon. Aspiring commanders of this machine can take full advantage of the experiences gathered by playing the Leopard 2K to immediately make the most out of the signature accuracy and damage offered by this legendary gun. I wonder if the thing will get DM33 or DM22 or whatever it's called. I can't remember. Interesting. Judged from US correspondents, Germans sent a lightweight prototype of the Leopard without combined armour for testing in the USA. The 2A4, however, is a lot more vulnerable to aerial threats, whilst the 2K offered a devastating roof-mounted 20mm autocannon for use against unsuspecting aerial targets. The 2A4 is only equipped with 2 rifle-caliber machine guns, one coaxial and the other on the roof. This means the 2A4 drivers will have to coordinate their efforts with allied SPAA drivers in order to stay safe from aerial attacks. The Leopard 2A4 will be charging into top-tier ground battles of War Thunder with the release of the upcoming major update 1.79. What do you think about the 2A4? Excited to see it come to the game, or are you looking forward to something else? Yes, I am. Well, I am excited to see this, but I really want a T-72, and another Abrams, and a lot of things. Let us know in the comments below, and stay tuned for more information in the next major update coming to War Thunder. Until then, tankers. So, yeah. So in terms of ammo, I believe that this thing will have access to the DM23 as its stock round, so that the round that you currently find on the Leopard 2K. However, the DM33 is a composite APFS-DS round, so it actually consists of aluminium and hardened tungsten, and this round will be able to penetrate 560mm of armour at 2,000 metres, so very good armour penetration values on this weapon. But to be quite honest, the main thing that amazes me about people is that they think they were waiting for so long that this tank was going to be coming out, and I can understand, leaving people hanging, the suspense. But when they announced the Type 90, this thing was basically confirmed. Because take a look at the two tanks together. They look pretty much fucking identical. Now you understand what I mean when I call it the Japanese Leopard 2A4. So this tank was destined to come to the game. Now, obviously this is the most advanced of the early versions, and I see this as the most logical choice. Now, what comes next, I'm not sure. I'm still waiting for the T80. I'm hoping to get some kind of Russian high-tier premium MBT so that I can more effectively grind my Russians. I'm hoping that vehicle is a T72 or something. Please, give me anything. I want a T72 for fuck's sake. But yeah, what I'm waiting to see next is what are they, because we know the T80 is coming, it's just a given, but what I'm waiting to see is, are we going to get an Abrams like the M1 IP, or are we going to get the M1A1? I'm, hoping that it's an M1A1, because the gun on the Abrams, while good, is, it needs to be up to par, and I would love to see an Abrams go head-to-head with this. In fact, on a counter to that, I would love to see this, the Challenger, the Abrams, all fight on one side against the Russians with their new MBTs. I'd really love to see, at least concessions made at top tier, that it's not always Axis teams, you've got NATO teams against Soviets. That would be really cool, at least occasionally, you know what I mean? Because the Abrams and the Challenger, they formed this dream team that was meant to go up against these, admittedly very powerful Russian tanks. The T-80U has some of the best armor in the game. If they introduce the T-80U, which I don't think they will, but the T-80U has better ammo and better armor than this vehicle, so... We're getting off topic now, but yes, I'm really glad they've released the devblog for the Leopard 2A4. I cannot wait to see it and eventually play it in-game, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. It's been your boy Gary G Gaming, and I will catch you guys next time.